so in this video, we are going to talk about the rise of the female motovlogger. Let's check it out. Alright, what's going on YouTube? FXDLSBROOKLYN is back in the building. And here in America, it is National Women's History or Heritage Month, where we take not a whole day, but an entire month to show respect and gratitude to some of our mighty and powerful women in the historical context. Also, all those rad women crushing it present day. And like I said, we take this month to acknowledge, respect, show gratitude, right? So the month also aligns with a trend that's been happening on, in the V-twin community, where we're having the rise of the female motovlogger here on YouTube, which obviously extends to Instagram as well. And I thought it was a cool thing to acknowledge as we observe this month of women's history. So of course we have one woman that I don't think I could live without. It's your girl Jenny is back in the building with that showy RF 1400. But yeah, so we're going to talk about the rise of the female motovlogger. All those female riders out there who are just absolutely crushing it right now in 2021. So, look, this is nothing new, alright? Women have been crushing it on motorcycles long before 2021 and long before the creation of YouTube. Take Bessie Stringfield, for example. Historical figure, very important historical figure to the V-twin community. If you don't know who Bessie Stringfield is, in 1930 or around the 1930s, she was the first African-American woman to cross the country on a Harley Davidson. Not only being the first African-American woman to cross the country on a motorcycle, but she then went on to do it 7 more times for a total of 8 cross-country solo trips. And that's just one story. That's one story out of many, many mighty and powerful women riders in history, right? So it's nothing new that we have plenty of righteous women crushing miles. And you all know, yes, it's Women's Heritage Month. Yes, we are acknowledging and paying respect to our female riders and the women in our life, but it's nothing new here on FXDLSBROOKLYN. You know that here on this channel, we do very much support the female riding community. So the question is, why the sudden trend where you see all of a sudden all of these awesome female motovloggers just getting after it, crushing it out there, especially on YouTube? Well, my theory about it is quite simple, and I think people are just ready to kind of get to hear stories and go on rides with riders that don't look like this or this. I think people are just ready to hear and embrace some new stories and some new riders out there that stray away from the traditional sense of what a Harley Davidson rider might look like in mainstream media. And that's my theory. I know for me, that's what I want to see. That's what's interesting to me. Embracing diversity, embracing what is different, and of course, embracing our female riders and voices here on YouTube. So, you might be watching this and you might have no idea what I'm talking about. Like, I understand that not everyone is as ingrained to the YouTube community as some of us motovloggers are. So what I'll do is I'll give you 3 female motovloggers that if you don't already follow, I think you should definitely follow, that I find make really interesting and compelling content, and I've been really enjoying their videos and the rides that they've been posting. So if you don't follow them, go ahead, give them a follow. They're definitely 3 channels worth checking out. And I will say before I drop it, all 3 of the channels are more successful than my channel. All 3 of them have more subscribers than I do, so they don't necessarily need me to do this. I'm just letting you know from my standpoint of when it comes to YouTube, what I've been watching and the motovloggers that I've been finding interesting and compelling lately. So, motovlogger number 1 that we got to give a shout out to is QueenSit, who's coming out of Missouri. I came very, very late to find her page and her channel, and when I found it, I was pretty much hooked. She's doing all sorts of different bike reviews, from baggers to Dynas to the electric models. And yeah, so she's making content where she's just straight crushing miles on her road glide out there in Missouri. And yeah, it's like the edits are incredibly smooth, definitely inspiring for myself, another motovlogger trying to make motorcycle content. And she's definitely got that PMA, man. You watch those videos and very rarely are you gonna find her having a bad day or a bad vibe when she's ripping around on that road glide. And also, you know, I've ridden through many states, many parts of the country at this point through all my bike trips. I didn't realize Missouri had so many awesome roads, so I watched a lot of her videos and I'm like, yep, definitely need to make a stop there and hit some of the roads that she's going to. If that doesn't make her channel awesome enough, I think she also dropped a Instagram post sharing something from her personal life where she is I believe a multi-subject teacher. I think she was writing that, you know, she teaches kids. I'm not sure what the grade level is, but she was writing in a multi-discipline from like gym to math to science. So if there's anything more rad than being a rider out there crushing miles on a road glide, then it's being one that's also supporting and cultivating the minds of our youth. So shout out to that. And again, one last thing about her channel, it's a good one because she actually started out, I believe, around the same time I did, 2016, 2017. So I think you could follow her as she goes through many different bikes. For anyone, whether you're female or not, that's looking to get into this V-twin life, that's a good channel to watch, just to kind of watch the progression of bikes that she goes through as she gets more advanced. Also, just really good gear reviews. She did a really solid review that I watched on the Simpson mod helmet. I can't remember the exact name of that helmet, but she does a great review on that modular helmet. And I watched it and I was like, actually, you know, I never really considered a mod helmet before, but watching that, I was like, maybe one day with all the touring that I do, it might make sense. But no time soon, of course. So that's QueenSit out of Missouri. Follow her on Instagram. Subscribe to her on YouTube. Straight crushing it. Awesome content. Go check her out if you're not subscribed already. Alright, so the second female motovlogger that I think you should follow, and this is one that you probably already follow. I'd be surprised if you didn't follow this motovlogger, but this is Her Two Wheels. So the funny story about Her Two Wheels is I remember a year ago to the day, right? It was actually close to where the pandemic had started. You know, her and I were just going back and forth in DMs, you know. I think we were just talking standard bike stuff. I believe she has a 09 Super Glide. And I remember back then, we had roughly the same amount of subscribers on YouTube. So we're similar sized motovloggers in regards to a following. And I remember just, you know, we're just like talking about whatever. Fast forward 3 months, all of a sudden she's got like 100,000, some insane amount of followers and subscribers out of nowhere. And I've never seen someone experience such tremendous growth before on YouTube. I'm sure it's happened before, but it's never been someone where it's like I knew them before they kind of like blew up like that. So it was a really cool thing to see. I think the thing that was the catalyst is she dropped a really good video on moto camping, where she goes and does like a solo moto camping trip. I think the video at this point probably has like 1 million views or something. The way I found out about it is actually my dad came up to me and was like, hey, you follow this Her Two Wheels on YouTube? She did this really interesting video on moto camping. So my dad actually found the video and became a big fan of her content, and this actually inspired him and I to do our first moto camping trip that summer. So she's an awesome moto vlogger to follow, because not only she put out content that's inspiring people to challenge their riding styles, such as pushing yourself to go moto camping, but it's just also a really good inspiration for any up and coming female riders, vloggers, anything, man. You know, she's definitely got that PMA. You know, you watch her videos, she's having fun, she's laughing. You know, it's really, really good content to watch, content that you'll often get something or learn something new about, whether it's moto camping or you'll just go and enjoy a ride with her. But check her out. You know, I see she's reviewing all sorts of different bikes, and she's big time now, so she's doing like videos and rides with some of the bigger names like Blockhead and Shade Tree and John's Moto Garage, so like big time moto vloggers. That's her that's the pool that she's in now. And all power to her, man. So again, that's Her Two Wheels. Check her out. Really looking forward to seeing what content she's got coming as we enter a new riding season. And again, she's out there in Ohio, so shout out to her. Keep it coming. And motovlogger number 3, and this is New York's very own Moto Blonde. She's actually coming out from an area that I frequent quite often, up in the Catskills. And the way that I found her channel is I was actually looking for an install video. I can't remember what it was. Like maybe it was like grips or something. I can't remember what it was. But I actually came across her channel because she was doing an install video on something that I was curious in regards to installation. And I remember the quality and the detail of her install videos, second to none. Me personally, you all know I rarely do an install video because I don't have the patience to think about running a camera while I'm also just trying to not destroy my bike via wrenching. So I'm not big on them, so I respect any motovlogger that does those wrenching videos, and hers are really great, really detailed, and really well thought out. And yeah, you know, she's running with a, I believe, 2020 Lowrider S, so she's got the Softail Lowrider S, bunch of awesome upgrades on there. Really like the direction that she's taking it. I don't think she's done either. I think she's got some more plans on there. And the other thing is that she 100% pays the iron price. She gets out there in the snow during our East Coast winters and still puts in the miles. And you know that here at FXDLS Brooklyn, we definitely celebrate putting in those hard miles in those hard conditions. So major shout out to the Moto Blonde, upstate. Well, I guess technically not upstate. Someone who's truly upstate would get mad at me for saying that. But check out her channel. Really awesome stuff going on. And she's one where I think we're planning to link up at some point during the riding season. So you might see her make an appearance here on FXDLS Brooklyn sometime soon. Man, I hope you guys are enjoying this BQE action, man, on this beautiful Saturday out here in March. I love this part where you kind of go under the overpass like this when you're hitting the Brooklyn Bridge. Look at that bridge. There we go. that's it, man. Support women riders and check out those channels for sure. Whoa, is my bike sounding good? But that is not what this video is about. Look at that skyline. We love you, New York. But yeah, so I mean, look, it's an important subject to me. Recently, my baby niece came into this world, and at the end of the day, I want her to come into a world where when she sees riders like myself, like her grandfather, I don't want her to look at motorcycles and immediately envision herself as a passenger. I want her to look at motorcycles and envision herself as a rider. And the way that's going to happen is by getting mighty and powerful women out there crushing miles and making sure that their voices are heard and their voices are celebrated, whether that's on Instagram or YouTube or what have you. And that's what's up, man. So what I'll do is, again, that's only 3. There's many, many, many righteous women out there that I follow and support on Instagram and YouTube. So as we do a little outro montage or what have you, I'll try to throw up a couple other Instagram channels that you could follow, or YouTube channels that you could follow, with some righteous women that are crushing miles that I think deserve our support and deserve recognition. So that's it. Again, happy Women's Heritage Month. You know, I hope you could find a time today to find some of the women that are in your life. Let them know that you appreciate them, such as your girl Jenny. We love you. Let's see if I get the fist bump. Yeah. At the end of the day, like I said, support female riders. Stay safe out there. Stay low. Embrace a positive mental attitude. Listen to the bad brains. And on that, FXDLSBROOKLYN is out.